Well, Boomer Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James. The men's side of Oklahoma trying to get back on track after losing to Texas and Kansas State in back-to-back games. Won't get any easier when facing in-state rival Oklahoma State, finishing 21-15 last year, 8-10 in Big 12 play in conference. And they will also play their final non-conference game, Vanderbilt, as part of the SEC Big 12 Challenge. That game will be in Norman, and it's a Vanderbilt team that last year went 12-20, 6-12 in the SEC. All right, guys, we'll preview the road game in a historic Gallagher-Iba Arena against Oklahoma State and the SEC Challenge against Vanderbilt. Coming up next, Boomer Sooner 1982. Don't go away. The Oklahoma Sooners will take on the Oklahoma State Cowboys, who kicked not one, not two, but three players off their team last year. A team that they were all on last year that went, in the end of the day, they went all the way to the quarterfinals of the men's version of the NIT and played Western Kentucky and lost it 92-84. With an overall record of 21-15, 8-10 in Big 12 play. Their head coach, Mike Boynton, is a 2004 graduate from South Carolina and is in his second year in charge of the Aggies, wearing their black, orange, and white. With so many players being kicked off the team and ineligible, they don't have any players returning from last year, averaging double figures. But one of my favorites in this conference, Lindy Walters, returns, as does Kim McGriff. We'll start with Lindy Waters, number 21, out of Norman, and was actually teammates with now NBA phenom and former Oklahoma Sooner Trae Young. His buddy, Trey Waters, number 21, last year for the Oklahoma State Cowboys, scored an average of 8.6 points per ball game, 3.7 boards, and 2.0 assists per ball game in Stillwater. The Oklahoma State Cowboys' other returning scorer from last year in double figures, Cam McGriff, 8.4 points per ball game for him, 5.4 rebounds, and 1.0 assists per ball game for Oklahoma State. The Sooners will then get a little break out of the toughest conference in all of college basketball, as they will jump ship from the Big 12 to the SEC. An SEC team in Vanderbilt and the Commodores, to be in fact. The Commodores last year, 12-20, 6-12 in the SEC. Lost to Big Bag UGA, and the Bulldogs, 78-62 in the first round of the SEC tournament last year. Their head coach, Bryce Drew, brother of current Baylor coach Scott Drew. This Drew, Bryce Drew, graduated from Valparaiso in 1998 and is in his third year in charge of Vanderbilt, helping him get the Commodores to 13, 14, 15 wins this year Won't be easy with just one returning scorer, but it's a Saban. No, Lee Saban is not the son of Nick Saban, but Lee Saban is a pretty good player for the Vanderbilt Commodores, averaging 10.6 points per ball game, 3.0 rebounds, and 3.1 assists per ball game for number 0, Lee Saban, as he played for Vanderbilt last year. They also have a new toy to play with. Number 2, Joe Toy, 5.7 points per ball game, 2.0 rebounds, and 0.8 assists per ball game last year for the Commodores at Vanderbilt. And of course, our beloved Sooners, OKLAHOMA. The Sooners, 21-14, even 9-9 in league play. Lost to Rhode Island 83-78 in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Their head coach, Lon Kruger, a 1974 grad from Kansas State University, and coach is in his 8th year in charge of Oklahoma. Scoring leaders returning to NCAA play. Both of these players are grad transfers from last year. Number 2, Aaron Calixte from Maine, and number 3, Miles Reynolds from Pacific. We'll start with Aaron Calixte, who averaged last year for Maine, number 2, by the way, Aaron Calixte, that's his jersey number at Oklahoma, 16.9 points per ball game, 3.1 boards, and 3.2 assists per ball game for the senior from Maine as he comes to Oklahoma. Also a junior transfer, a senior grad transfer, number Trace, Miles Reynolds, 13.3 points per ball game for number 3. Also 7.8 boards and 4.5 assists per ball game last year from the University of Pacific. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see this or any of my other videos, I got you. It's not hard. You go to Boomer Sooner 1982 on the YouTube. Also, Harry James Taylor on Facebook, or Harry the Spy OK on the Twitter. And you can find this in all of my videos. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. And till then, guys, Boomer Sooner, everybody. I'm out of here. See ya. Peace.